Hey there, fight fans, and welcome to the latest edition of Below the Belt Boxing. On tonight's card, a story of money, mayhem, and murder as we walk through the rise and fall of Don King. Donald King, born on August 20, 1931, is a notorious American boxing promoter who has been investigated for connections with organized crime, match fixing, and spent time in prison for murder. In 1971, King entered the business of boxing. After a ruthless past, which we will cover later, King's net worth in 2022, according to Celebrity Net Worth, is estimated to be $150 million. But at the height of his career, he was said to be worth upwards of $260 million. His worth suggests that he is one of the most successful promoters in combat sports history. The controversial promoter has managed some of the best names in the sport, including Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, Robert Duran, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, and the great Julio Cesar Chavez. He wasn't just renowned for the talented fighters he promoted, but also for the boxing cards he would produce. The Thriller in Manila. The bout is almost universally regarded as one of the greatest and most brutal fights in boxing history, and was the jewel in the crown of a three-bout rivalry between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, which Ali won 2-1. Sources estimate the bout was watched by 1 billion viewers.
He can be successful with it. I think he fought a good fight.
The Rumble in the Jungle is another mega fight in King's history. It has been called arguably the greatest sporting event of the 20th century and was a major upset, with Ali coming in as a 4-1 underdog against the unbeaten, heavy-hitting Foreman. The fight was made famous for Ali's introduction of the rope-a-dope tactic. As with Thriller in Manila, fight sources estimate that the fight was watched by as many as 1 billion television viewers around the world.
Injured a stone, hospitalize a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick.
Man, dude.
Yeah,
Ain't no doubt.
fast.
King has been heavily involved in cases with boxers that were focused on fraud and exploitation. In 1982, he was sued by Muhammad Ali for underpaying him just over $1 million for a fight with Larry Holmes. King called in an old friend of Ali, Jeremiah Shabazz, and handed him a suitcase containing $50,000 in cash and a contract ending Ali's lawsuit against himself. Ali was in a hospital due to his failing health at the time and was in need of money. The contract even gave King the right to promote any future Ali fights. According to Shabazz, Ali's lawyer cried when he learned that Ali had signed the contract and ended the lawsuit without consulting him. Iron Mike eventually ended up suing King after he accused him of underpaid earnings in 1998. Tyson sued King for a cool $100 million for fraud, conversion, and revenue from the sale of international broadcasting rights. King would try to fight these allegations, countersuing Tyson for defamation. Both parties reached a settlement, with Tyson getting $14 million in exchange for dropping the $100 million suit. Although this was not the payout Tyson was looking for, he still managed to get the last laugh over King in later life. In a 2022 podcast, Tyson stated that King moved just 2 homes away from his house in Florida. He even claimed that he went to King's front door to confront him. However, he then added that he had no intention of harming King and just wanted him to know he was doing well in life and was still alive.
She's mediated, so she gets Dawn on the phone, and Dawn tells me, I'm with my girlfriend, Dawn tells me, hey, let's just do this over. I'm going to give you this $50 million, $25 million, whatever it was. We're going to squash the lawsuit and everything. And I'm so happy. And then he sends his plane to pick me up.
Locked up, they won't let me out. And I had a long day in court, stressed me out.
King's time in college was short-lived, as he dropped out after just 1 year and began working in the illegal gambling industry in his hometown. King controlled one of the biggest rackets in Ohio, and in 1954, he shot and killed a man named Hillary Brown, who was said to be trying to rob one of King's gambling houses. When the case went to court, Don King claimed that he had killed Brown in self-defense. The court agreed with his argument, and he walked free due to the ruling of justifiable homicide. Fast forward 12 years in 1966, King, still in the numbers game, got into an argument with one of his employees, a 34-year-old man named Sam Garrett. King claimed that Garrett owed him $900, while Garrett said he only owed his boss $600. The two fought in the street, and although the exact details of the fight vary, according to some witnesses, they saw King kick Garrett in the head at least 3 times and also struck him with a revolver before being pulled off of him by 2 Cleveland detectives. Garrett died in the hospital 5 days later.
west on Cedar, and I saw a few hundred feet ahead, a man lying on the sidewalk, a man standing over him, kicking him in the head. We drove up there immediately, stopped the car, and I jumped out of the vehicle, and the man standing up had a revolver in his hand. So I pulled out my gun. I says, "Drop the gun." He took the gun, threw it on the back trunk of another vehicle that was parked there. I went over immediately and grabbed that gun, and as I did, this gentleman standing up just went over to the man lying down and gave him one vicious kick again right in the head.
During the trial in 1967, Don King once again claimed self-defense as he said Garrett followed him out of a club and threatened to kill him over the payoff amount. King said that he got out of his car and fought with Garrett, but that he never stomped on Garrett's head and never hit him with a gun, which was in his right hand. He said he only used his left hand to punch. However, the two detectives who apprehended King testified that they did witness him kicking Garrett in the head. After just a few hours, a jury of 8 women and 4 men convicted Don King of second-degree murder, a verdict that brought with it a possible sentence of life imprisonment. However, the charge was lessened to voluntary manslaughter, and King spent just over 3 years in the Marion Correctional Institution of Marion, Ohio. Fast forward nearly 50 years, and Cleveland City Council had been planning to name a street after Don King. In 2016, it was revealed that the street that the council had chosen was none other than the very street King had killed Sam Garrett. The older generation in the town was horrified, and the council did not explain their choice. Thank you for tuning in to Below the Belt Boxing. As YouTube's newest boxing channel on the rise, be sure to like and subscribe.
I don't know, man. Yeah, Lennox Lewis, I'm coming for you.